Alright, good Thursday morning.
Requires new auto re-up enrollment by 9/30.
I am
credit card and simple mobile account required for enrollment. $23.75 per month after first 3 months.
on my way to work as usual.
See terms and conditions at simple mobile.
So today I'm going to talk about my healing process. So I like my therapist that I see because she gives me homework assignments, and my homework assignment for yesterday that I was given was, I needed to write a letter or letters to the person or people who have hurt me in my past. The deepest shit I've done in a very long time, to say the least. I wrote a couple of letters, and no, I don't mind sharing only one. I won't share one who I wrote that letter to because I'm not ready for that process yet, because it's... So you know how if you tell someone that they hurt you or what they've done to you and they see no wrong and it's, well, it was for your good, it's one of those type situations. So I'd rather just leave that one be for now. But my other letters were, my 3-year-old self wrote a letter to my mom, of course, explaining how she hurt me by dying. I mean, I know, I get it, that's just life, death happens, but it hurt me, to say, you know, the least. I also wrote a letter as it's probably around 8, 9, or 10 when it happened. So that person wrote a letter to the person who made me uncomfortable. It was some touching, not a lot of touching. I mean, reading between the lines. I don't really know if you call it molestation or what you would call it. It was always outside the clothes touching, never inside the clothes touching. It was always, you sit way too close. It was just, it was a lot of stuff. I also wrote a letter to, as my 12-year-old self, to my 24-year-old predator. That's what I shall call him, because that's what he was. He took my innocence and he called it love. So yeah, he will be a predator forever to me. I also wrote a letter as my 18-year-old self to myself, because I hurt myself by not going off to college like I wanted to. I stayed around. I helped with my grandfather, with my dad's dad, who had dementia. So I would take the trips to Augusta with my dad to, make sure he was okay, care for him and everything. And then also I listened to everyone else, like, why you gotta go off to school? What if something happens? Who gonna be there? I let everyone else get into my head when I should have just only allowed myself to be in my head. I also wrote a letter to myself again, my 22-year-old self. I should have left my kid's dad where the hell he was at. Point blank, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts to that. Like, I don't regret my children. I love my children, but I was not ready for motherhood. I wasn't. And I was apprehensive about getting back in contact with him because I felt as if I was in an okay place in my life. Like, I was working 2 jobs. I was working at Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta, and I was working in Publix Deli. So I was making really good money. I could go when I wanted to go, do what I wanted to do. Like, I was in an okay spot. The only thing was I was still staying at home with my dad, and I was actually in the process of getting myself an apartment. And then he pops back up. I hurt myself by allowing him to come back into my life, knowing that we should have left it where it was at. I wrote a letter to my cousin because not so much out of hurt, but out of anger. I felt like she took the easy way out. I know you can't dictate how someone feels about their life or what what they have going on in their head. I don't know what pain she felt. I mean, I knew because we talked, but I didn't know because I wasn't experiencing it myself. And my other letter was, I wrote a letter to my dad because I felt like he left us, me and my sister, in a situation that should have ended so way sooner than it did. Like, just way sooner than it did. I mean, we've also had this conversation, and he feels guilt about it also. And then I wrote a letter as my present self, because I keep hurting myself. I'm way too hard on myself because of things that have happened in my past, and I keep beating myself up about it. They've happened. I need to move forward from it. I need to heal from it so that I can enjoy my present life. But my present self keeps beating myself up, if that makes sense. So, yeah, those were my letters. -1. Sorry, I got that hurt. But yeah, at first when she told me to do it, I was like, this is a retarded homework assignment. But once I started the process, it's just like everything started to flow. Things that I didn't even know I wanted to say, it came out. I know some people are probably wondering, so okay, do you write the letters and give it to the person? You don't have to. You can. But I've chosen to write my letters and have a spiritual cleansing ceremony for myself. So I will do a deep clean of my home. I will do my sage burning, and then I will burn the letters. Specifically because I don't want that bad energy to stay in my home anymore. And the letter to my dad was more so just to get it off my chest. Like I said, me and him have had that conversation before, so I know where he stands on it. So I feel like that, him acknowledging my hurt was my healing, part of my healing process. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to people. But I think it's a good thing. I think everyone should go through some type of process like that. I'm not saying that you have to write a letter, but if you feel more comfortable talking, like, I mean, I talk on these videos, but when it comes to expressing myself in person to people, I have a really hard time. What I want to say doesn't come out, and I end up getting frustrated, and I usually just cry. That's a huge downfall I have. Or either I just let it all build up, and then I shut down. And I mean, I don't talk, I don't cry, I don't do anything. That's a really bad trait I have. I don't know, it's a load off my chest though, I must say that. I know y'all hear the radio in the background. I just needed some type of background noise just to get through this, because it's deep. So yeah, that's what it was like. It was I mean, I talk about other things, and no, I don't mind sharing like my experience with my therapy sessions, some stuff I won't talk about, some stuff I will, but it's just, you know, I don't know who watches the videos. I don't know what they're going through. But I just hope that me being able to talk about my experiences and how I'm helping myself to heal and how I'm involving everyone else to help me heal will help someone else. Because I'm not gonna say I'm a really private person. I don't mind sharing, but I'm not the type of person who's gonna share everything because of my past hurts, traumas, and everything. I have a hard time kind of trusting people. It's either I have a hard time trusting people or I trust people way too much. There's really no in between with me. Like, really no in between. Another thing that was my homework is I have to make a list of people, things, situations, just basically stuff I want to let go, or I feel I need to let go to continue in my growth. I haven't actually started thinking about that yet, but I need to start thinking about it. And the last part of my homework is I am to go out. Don't know where I'm going to go, but she told me that I needed to go out. She asked me when was the last time I had actually went out, had fun, enjoyed myself, you know, and just been in that space. It's been a minute. It's seriously been a minute. So I'm going to more than likely end up going out by myself because that's how it always happens. Like, I'll ask people, do they want to hang out, and I get the I'm busy, or, you know, the usual. So yeah, it'll probably be myself. And then I will report back. I think Friday or Saturday morning is one of them. Is when I'm supposed to see her again. And hopefully she can see that I'm taking it seriously. Because some people say, because I am goofy. I know that. I so know that I am like the goofiest person ever. But I'm trying to take my healing process as serious as I can and not get frustrated and give up on it. I know it's important, but I also know that I get frustrated easily, especially when I don't feel like I see the process or progress or feel the progress. So, all who watch these, keep me lifted, send out positive energy, vibes, a prayer, whatever. And like always, until next time, peace, love, light, blessings.